Good morning, class 12th. Welcome to economics class. Children, from the last 2 3 classes, we are continuing with chapter number 4. Today, also, we'll do the same chapter, that is banking. But today, we'll talk about the last topic of the chapter, that is methods of credit control adopted by RBI. Children, as you all know about the credit control methods, and there are two credit control methods which are usually adopted by RBI to control flow of credit in the economy, and they are quantitative and qualitative method. This I have told you in the last class. Children, you also know that quantitative methods are known as general credit control methods and qualitative methods are known as selective credit control methods. This all we have already discussed. Then after that, children, I was telling you about that there are these two measures are subdivided into various forms, or there are very many more instruments. There are three instruments under quantitative methods of credit control, and there are six common instruments which are used by the RBI under the head qualitative methods of credit control. Children, I have already told you about bank rates in the last class. So today I am starting up with the second quantitative method of credit control, that is open market operation. Right? Now, children, yes, open market operation is a monetary policy tool in which the central bank buys and sells the bonds to regulate the supply of money in the economy. Children, open market operation is the another quantitative instrument at the disposal of the central bank to control the volume of credit in the economy. Open market operation refers to basically the sale and the purchase of the government and other approved securities by the central bank in the money and capital market. Sale and purchase of the government and other securities influences the cash reserves with the commercial bank and thereby their power to create credit. Thus, as I told you that during the boom period, that is during the inflationary period, government wants to control the flow of credit. So what they'll be doing and how they'll be using this open market operation in that situation? So now listen. Children, during boom, that is during inflationary situation, when the economy faces inflationary pressure, the central bank would like the commercial bank to reduce the amount of credit. In this situation, central bank will sell the government and approved other securities in the money and the capital market. Buyers of these security pay the central bank by drawing on their cash deposits in the bank. This reduces the cash holdings with the commercial bank, and this reduction in their cash holding forces the bank to reduce the advances and loans, and vice versa they do in the case of deflationary situations, right? That is, in case of deflationary situation, they purchase the government bonds and the securities and they provide cash to the commercial banks so that commercial bank can easily lend loans to the general public, right? Now, children, when we talk about open market operation, you can see this in a slide. That is, government purchases government securities. They will be doing this at the time of deflation. What will happen? This will increase the reserve and will increase the money supply. But when government sells the government security, this will decrease the reserves with the bank and it will decrease the money supply. Right? Now, I hope this point is clear to you. Children, whenever government is using open market operation, they are using two things. That is, there are two strategies they are using. That is, they are buying government securities and they are selling government securities, right? The objective behind selling government security is to reduce the stock of money in the economy, and the objective behind buying government security is to increase the money available supply with the bank so that the interest rate moves down and the business activities like new investment etc goes up. So depending upon the situation of the country economy, government uses this as one of the tool of quantitative credit control method, which is adopted by RBI with the help of commercial bank. So children, we have discussed about two, that is bank rate and open market operation. Now the third one is cash reserve ratio. Children, what is cash reserve ratio? About this also I have told you when I was telling you the process of credit creation, right? So again there is a repetition. So what is cash reserve ratio? Children, cash reserve ratio is a direct and a quick and effective method of controlling the power of commercial banks to create credit. Commercial banks are required by law to keep certain amount or certain percentage of their deposit with the central bank in the form of cash reserves. This is known as statutory minimum reserves. That is, and the excess over the statutory minimum reserve is known as excess reserve. It is on the basis of the excess reserves that commercial banks are able to create credit. Children, the central bank has a power to vary the statutory minimum reserve ratio. An increase in the variable reserve ratio means that commercial banks are required to keep more cash with the central bank. Consequently, the size of the excess reserves with the commercial bank will reduce, and therefore the commercial bank will be in position to create only smaller volume of credit. Similarly, a fall in the reserve ratio will enable the commercial bank to expand their credit. Thus, by changing the reserve ratio that the commercial banks are required to keep in the form of cash against their deposit, the RBI, that is the central bank, can influence the credit creation power of the commercial banks. These requirements are basically of two types. Number one, CRR, and the number two is SLR. CRR stands for cash reserve ratio. SLR stands for statutory liquidity ratio, right? Now, children, CRR, when we talk about CRR, you already know this. Still, I am telling it to you again. Children, CRR, that is cash reserve ratio, refers to the percentage of total deposit of the commercial banks which it has to keep with the RBI in the form of cash reserves, right? Now, the second concept is SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio. Now, what is it? So, statutory liquidity ratio refers to the that portion of the total deposit of the commercial bank which it has to keep with itself in the form of cash reserves, gold, and government securities. Children, with the help of these two rates, central bank controls the economic situations of the country. Whenever there is inflation in the economy, these two rates, that is CRR and SLR, has been increased. But whenever there is deflation in the economy, both these rates are being reduced to control that deflationary situation. So it is also one of the regulator in the hands of the RBI, which regulates the flow of credit in the economy, right? So children, we have discussed about the quantitative methods of credit control. Now coming to the next part of the credit control method, that is qualitative measures, which are also known as selective credit control methods, right? Now, uh, qualitative methods. Now, children, qualitative methods, selective or qualitative methods of credit control aims at regulating and controlling the allocation of credit among the various users rather than influencing the general availability of the credit, right? Among these, there are six important instruments which are used by the central bank. The very first is regulation of consumer credit. Second is Second is regulation of margin requirement. Next is credit rationing. Next is direct action. Fifth one is moral suasion. And the last is publicity. Right? Now, children, in this chapter, as I told you earlier also, that we need to study in detail both the quantitative and qualitative methods of credit control. Quantitative we have already discussed. Now we are talking about qualitative methods. So first one I told you, rationing of credit. Second is direct action. Third is moral suasion. Fourth is publicity. Fifth is regulation of consumers credit. And the sixth is margin requirement. Fine. Now I'll be explaining all these methods to you in detail. Coming to the first one, that is rationing of credit. Children, whenever we talk about rationing of credit, that exactly means that we need to control the flow of credit. Rationing of credit is another instrument of selective credit control. It aims at limiting the maximum ceiling of the amount of bank loans and advances, as well as, in certain cases, fixing the maximum limit of the loans for specific purposes. Rationing of credit may take two forms. Number one, the central bank may fix the maximum amount of loans and advances for every commercial bank. Number two, the central bank may fix the maximum ratio of loans and advances for the commercial bank to the total assets. Children, depending upon the economic situations, the central bank may increase or decrease the ceiling of bank credit through these two ways, and thereby increases or decreases the power of the commercial bank to create credit. Right? Now, coming to the second point, that is direct action. Children, direct action refers to the various directives issued by the central bank to the commercial bank from time to time to regulate their lending and investing activities. The central bank in all the countries pursues direct action against commercial bank. The policy may not use against all the banks but only against the faulty banks. These direct actions may take the form of refusal of discounting facilities, refusal of loan, charging penalty rate, or putting some strict instructions among those banks, those who are not following the instructions of the central bank. Coming to the third one, that is moral suasion. Children, moral suasion. Suasion is the short form of persuasion, right? It is the method of persuasion, request, informal suggestion, and advices to the commercial bank by the central bank. Central bank convenes the meeting of the head of the commercial banks and explain to them the need for adoption of particular monetary policy and appeal them to follow this policy. Central bank relies upon its moral influences on the commercial bank as a head and the leader of financial institutions. Right? Next is publicity. Children, publicity is the another method of selective credit control. The central bank expresses its views about various monetary and banking policies. It may put forward its views by using facts and figures through the medias of publicity. The central bank uses this method for both for influencing as well as for directing the policies of the commercial bank as well as to influence the public opinion in the country, right? Coming to the fifth point, regulation of consumers credit. Children, when we talk about regulation of consumer, we need to know that it is very important measure of credit control in the economy. Children, an important instrument of selective credit control is regulation of consumers credit. It aims at regulating the consumer installment credit on hire purchase finance. Hire purchase finance is the method of using bank credit by the consumers to buy expensive consumer durable goods like fridge, TV, AC, car. A certain percentage of the price of the durable good is paid in and advance or as a cash down payment, and the remaining portion of the price is financed by the bank credit. Children, the bank loan is realized from the consumer in installment during the specific period of time. The central bank regulates the use of bank credit by consumers to buy durable consumer goods by influencing the amount of down payment and the maximum period of repayment. For example, if a central bank wants that more bank credit should be given to the consumer, it may reduce the down payment amount and increases the maximum period of credit. Period of credit or maximum period of repayment. On the other hand, if the central bank desires to reduces the availability of such credit, it raises the amount of down payment and reduces the maximum period of repayment. That is, with the help of down payment, number of installments and period of repayment, the commercial bank controls the flow of credit in the economy, right? And the last is marginal requirement. Now coming to the last point, marginal requirement, it can also be written as regulation of margin requirement. Children, regulation of margin requirement is one of the most important instrument of credit control. As we know, the commercial bank generally gives loan to their customer against some securities. This I told you that no commercial bank gives you loan without the security. They give you only loan on the basis of some security. So, when we, however, they do not give loan equal to the full amount of the value of the security, but an amount which is less than its value. That is, the difference between the value of the security and the amount of loan granted is known as marginal requirement. Children, the bank keeps the margin to protect themselves against the fall in the value of any security. The central bank influences the availability of credit by fixing the margin requirement. For example, when the central bank fixes the marginal requirement of 10% against the security of food grains, the trader in food grains can borrow 9,000 rupees against the stock of food grains valued at rupees 10,000. If the central bank wants to expand the credit, what they do is they just reduces this percentage. That is, if the central bank wants to expand the credit, it reduces the margin requirement. On the other hand, if it wants to curb the bank credit, reduce the credit rate, it will raise the margin requirement. So with the help of this marginal requirement also, they control the flow of credit in the economy, right? Now children, after completion of this topic, that is quantitative and qualitative methods of credit control, we come to the end of this chapter, that is chapter number 14 is done. Children, what you will be doing is, after listening to my this video, you will be doing worksheet. Then you will be completing that worksheet. You will be sending the screenshot of the same to me on my personal WhatsApp number. Tomorrow onwards, we'll start new chapter, that is budget and right. So that's all for today, children. Thank you so much.